Okay, welcome to another weekend video, and what a week it's been. The action this week has been frustrating, to say the least. But here we are, we survived, well, at least I did anyway. I hope you guys survived another week also. You know I only wish you the best. So, what happened this week, and where do we stand? There's definitely been some shift in the likely patterns that's been going on, and without further ado, let's just get into that, eh? Okay. This is EURUSD. This is a daily. This is the triangle, contracting triangle that I'm following in EURUSD. So, the outlook has always been for a three-way drop. I was expecting somewhere down around 112 to 110 in a three-wave drop in wave D. There was, I suppose, an outside chance that we'd get down towards excuse me, down towards 106 or 108. The pattern now is it seems to be shifting. There's still a reasonable chance that we drop in a C wave. But the further we go on, the more likely that this larger B wave pattern is going to take the biscuit, and that would be a flat correction B wave instead of this kind of triangle B wave that I've been tracking for a reasonable amount of time now. Okay, let's get into the 4-hour chart here. Here's another alternate account for you if you want it. Maybe we've already got wave D in the bag. I'm not 100% sure about that. I'm kind of flipping between two things here at the moment. We've got three waves in a pretty tight range there. We could call that wave B, and we would expect wave C to fall again. And that would complete wave D of the triangle. Now, if this was the case, if we had if this three waves down was wave D, then we would expect a very short and sharp three waves up in wave E. It's not impossible. I'm kind of flipping between the two at the moment. You'll see on the hourly chart here. Here is the kind of tighter wave D and E idea. I'll show you there in the 4-hour chart again. Here's wave C top, three waves down, wave D, three waves up, wave E. Now I'll tell you where this all falls apart. If we break above this 120.10 level again, that will push us in favor on the daily count here. That'll push us in favor of this larger wave C of B. And then we could expect maybe a run up to about 127 or 128. I don't like that, but that's life, eh? Back to the hourly count. So what would I expect? If this is wave E unfolding right now, I would expect three waves up, a break above probably a break above 119.20 or 119.30 or something like that. Once this three wave correction is done, that would sort us out. Here's the other alternate count for wave. Let's take it in here for wave D. So let's get that in there right now. Where you would go wave of higher wave B, and then an alternate wave C and D here. So maybe we've got three waves down in A. Maybe we've got a larger three-wave pattern up in B, and maybe then we'll get a further decline in wave C next week, maybe late next week. We'll have to know. Well, we'll know more, I suppose, as the days go on. For the immediate future, if this tighter wave D and E is the actual count, well then we want to hold below 120.10, and we want to see three waves up in wave E complete, and then a fall again. Okay, let's move on to, here's pound dollar cable. Now, The wave counting cable is slightly less ambiguous than it's ambiguous, that's what we want, but it's slightly less ambiguous, let's say, than euro dollar. So we've still got the 3-wave down correction in play for D wave of a triangle in wave 4. I've got this new mic set up here, and I have to say I don't like it, but we'll keep going with it today. Okay, 3 waves down in wave D, still expected, and then a further 3 waves up in wave E to complete wave 4. Let's get to the hourly count here. Here you can see wave B completing. So I've got, wow, it's been a horrendously hard week to pin down a pattern. Need I tell you that? Probably not, because you're in this game too. So my best guess at this moment in time is that we've got this elongated wave B. So we've got 3 waves up in A, 3 waves down in B, and then maybe maybe an ending diagonal wave C. I don't know. So it's probably a combination wave. But anyway, you would expect this could even be 3 waves up in wave C. So you've got maybe an A, B, C pattern up. My best guess at the moment is that wave B will complete somewhere in around 132. Wave C of B will complete there, and then will fall again in wave C, and that wave C here you will see should fall and fill out this trend channel probably back to around 123, 122 area. So that's what I'm expecting. Actually, probably later, middle of next week, start declining in wave C. Okay, let's get into dollar yen. Here has been real, like the cream of the crop of convoluted and depressingly hard to get a finger on patterns. Here, in general, I'm looking at a 3-wave pattern down to complete wave E of a triangle. So we've got wave A down, wave B up, and maybe an ending diagonal wave C. So we've got wave 1, 3 waves down in wave 1, 3 waves up in wave 2, 3 down in wave 3, 3 up in wave 4, and maybe 3 down now in wave 5. On a 4-hour chart, we've hit a pretty heavy oversold level right now. Again, we're actually down below that 104 handle that has acted as kind of temporary support for such a long time. So the idea here is to let this ending diagonal play out, and then again look for an impulse wave up. The poor old dollar is getting absolutely hammered. I don't know why everybody hates the dollar and loves the euro. Beats me. Here is the final 5th wave of this C wave, and this 5th wave is an ending diagonal, so it's an ending diagonal. I have to try and pronounce that a bit better. It's 3 waves down, so ABC down in A, ABC as an expanded flat up in wave B, and then maybe an ABC now completing in wave C. And again, I would like to see an impulsive pattern move up off these lows. It's been a tough week to kind of, as I said, nail down patterns, but I think this is the best fit at the moment. So let's close out this C wave and see if we can move higher again. Okay, the stock market has not ruled out or ruled in either the long-term bearish count has not been ruled out, or we have not ruled in either this short-term bullish count. So what would I be expecting? Let's go to the short-term bullish count and explain that a little bit better. So you can see here in circled labels, you can see a 5-wave pattern. So we've got wave 1 up, wave 2 down, and this whole relentless grind up that we had during the summer there is wave 3. So we had maybe wave 1, 2, 3, triangle wave 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 5 of 3. And then on the Dow you have a pretty reasonable flat correction. 3 down in A, 3 up in B, and then most likely a 5-wave pattern down in wave C. And now an impulsive move off that again, up to a new high. It all sounds pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And why aren't I just diving on this wave count? Well, it's a good question. I'm not ruling it out. Let's put it that way. If this is the pattern that we are working with, obviously we'll see a new all-time high in wave 5 of 5. But this all-time high, maybe we push up to the upper trend channel line there. Maybe we get to 31,000 or something like that in wave 5. But after that, it's, you know, to hell in the handbasket, basically. I still feel that this, whatever, facts don't care about your feelings, as someone said. I still think that this current wave count has some merit, although it's kind of diminishing day by day. If we get a break of this internal high here, that would be a second wave. Let's get to the hourly count here. If we get a break of that 28,950 level, then we are all in on the alternate count. You can see here, alternate count is already marked in, ready to go. Even if we do, I think we will probably see a corrective decline next week, as per the alternate count. If it's an impulsive decline, and if we break below 26,000 again, then we can kind of revert right back to this operating, or the main favorable wave count, or the favored wave count, let's call it that. Okay, so next week it's going to be a decline. If it's 3 waves down to a lower high, or sorry, if it's 3 waves down to a higher low, then we would I'll switch to the alternate count and we'll expect a rally in wave 3. Okay. Here is gold. I'm gonna get out here in gold again. Here's 4-hour count. Been looking at this for a while as a possible triangle, but with that triangle idea got blown out of the water yesterday, I think, because we broke up above that declining trend channel line there, or sorry, trend line. So I think the best way of viewing this right now is 3 waves down in A with a triangle in the center there, 3 waves up in B. Maybe it's a how'd you say? Maybe it's a combination pattern, because it could be a 3-3-3 pattern. We'll allow for 5 waves up in wave C of B. We seem to be right now, if you view wave A down and wave B up as the favorite pattern, right now wave B has more or less completed, actually has today completed a 50% retracement of wave A, and we're right back in that let's say pivot level there in around this 1950. That's where this triangle, internal triangle here, kind of pivoted around as it traced out back in August. Most of August, was it? Yeah, August into September. So this is a pretty important level right now, and I think we have, as you can see, we have a 3-wave pattern complete. We have a trend channel filled. We have a reasonable internal pattern. Let's get down to the hourly count. So we've got 3 waves up in A, 3 waves down in B, maybe an unfolding 5-wave pattern in wave C, but we already have a 3-wave pattern, so it fits the bill as a combination wave already. I think we're right on here. I think a B wave high is what we would expect, and then a pretty significant sell-off in wave C again. And this is not, as I've said during the week, this is not because I don't like gold. I can admittedly admit my bias that I do not like stocks. Well, right now anyway, at these nosebleed levels. But I do like gold. Long term, I'm a gold bull, pretty heavy gold bull. I'd be expecting, somewhere up around 3 or 4, maybe 4 or 5,000. Who knows in the long term? But right now, I just don't think we're done with this fourth wave yet. So I'm expecting a further 5-wave pattern lower to complete this corrective formation in wave 4. Okay. Crude oil. Crude oil is heading lower today. It's not exactly impulsive off the high just yet. We still have a 3-wave pattern down in play, but I do like the fact that we're selling off today. So it still could be the fact that it still could be that we are building a series of 1-2s here off the high. So let's get into the hourly count here, and that's what I'm working with. Wave 1 down, A, B, C up in wave 2, wave 1 in green, and then maybe an A, B, C up in wave 2. The pattern right now shows a 3-wave pattern up with an ending diagonal wave C. This may well change. I'm not sure. This B wave could fall, and we might see a larger expanded flat B wave, and then we'd see another rally in wave C. So this second wave scenario is still very much in play. We do need to see an impulsive lower high again, 5 waves down, 3 waves up, to signal that wave 3 is underway. Okay. Let's move on to the S&P. The S&P is, the count in the S&P is a little more, if we need more complicated things, but this, the pattern in the S&P is more complicated than the Dow. It looks to me right now that there's a possible triangle in the alternate count. It looks that there could be a possible triangle underway. That would expect another decline. If this low here, last week's low, is a completed fourth wave, I just don't like. I don't like it because we didn't make a new low. In the Dow, we made a new low below this wave 1 low here. So that's 32.10. We did make we didn't make a new low in the S&P. So it's not a straightforward flat. It doesn't count as a running flat. It may be some sort of failed fifth wave scenario or a failed C wave scenario. Again, I don't like that, and hence the reason why the main wave count is still in play. So it could also be a series of 1-2 patterns, and we get an acceleration lower into a third wave. Let's get into the hourly count here. So you'll see here that's the A, B, C, D, E triangle in alternate triangle there in circled in red, and the main wave count still showing a 5 wave down, 3 waves up. I did say that this week was a tough one. If we get a breakout above, let's say, that 35.50 level, then we would just have to rule out the triangle wave 4, and we would have to go for an alternate, maybe a combination wave with a failed C wave. I don't like that in general, but it's a possibility. Next week, I would still suggest that we get a decline. At a minimum, it should be a 3-wave decline. It could be wave E of 4, and if that's the case, then we will set up for a rally in wave 5. If I'm lucky, then we get an impulsive move down and a 1-2 pattern to suggest that wave 3 is underway. Okay, let's get on to silver. Silver is pretty much bang on now with gold. Let's get rid of this wave. We gotta get wave C in here. I should do it correctly. If you're gonna do it, then to do it correctly. I'll say 1, 2, wave C. Okay. So we have a three waves down in wave 2 is what I'm tracking here. We've got an, get rid of that. ABC down in A, ABC up in B, and then we should see 5 waves down in wave C. This has developed. This pattern has developed since. Well, it's been confirmed pretty much today, because we got an overlap here of this little wave 1 low, as I was counting it recently or previously. So I was looking at a C wave down with wave 1, 2, 3, triangle, 4th wave, and wave 5. So we got a rally out of the lows here. So broke out of that triangle and now favors this 3 waves up in wave B, and we'll get a decline again in wave C, I think. If you pull that trend channel, you get a connection between the recent high at wave 1, the interim high here at wave B, and we cross both trend channels at that same level as well. So if you actually pull this up, you get a fill of the trend channel, you get a touch of the trend channel in wave B, and then you get 5 waves down to fill the trend channel again. Let's get into the hourly count. Here is that wave B in blue, so we've got 3 waves up in A, 3 waves down in B, wave maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a 5 wave pattern up in wave C to complete wave B. If so, then we get up to about 120 or 26 before heading lower in wave C again. And I think if we go to the 4-hour chart, I think wave C is still projected down to about that 18, 19 level before we complete. So next week, looking for this B wave to top out and then head lower into wave C. Get a drink of water here. Okay, a couple of years ago, I used to do these weekend videos with a beer or a gin and tonic or something. But I found that by the time you got to the end of the video, you couldn't really think straight, so I gave up the beer idea. Okay, so it's just plain water at this point. This is the B wave. Should complete, and then we'd head lower into wave C next week. See, I've even lost track of myself here. Bitcoin, yay, hooray for Bitcoin! We made a new, let's say a secondary all-time high. Those of you who are following these videos will know that 3 waves up in wave B is what I've been looking at for months now. I was always pointing at that possibility of breaking 15,000 if we get a breakout above that upper trend channel line there. Guess what happened? We got a triangle 4th wave, we got a 5 wave rally in wave 5, and we broke up about above the previous wave A high, and we broke out above the trend channel for wave B. So we are in a completed pattern. We right now on our hands we have a completed pattern in Bitcoin, and of course right now Bitcoin is all over the place. You read it everywhere. This Bitcoin has broken 12,000, Bitcoin has broken 13,000, Bitcoin breaks 14,000, Bitcoin breaks 15,000. Everybody wants to write about Bitcoin, just like everybody wanted to write about Bitcoin back in late 17, early 18. This is a top. It's a pretty clear pattern in a B wave, and I'm expecting wave C to come pretty soon. Don't say I didn't warn you. I like the fact also that we have a nice filled trend channel within this C wave pattern. So we've got 5 waves up in wave C. So let's get to the 4-hour chart. You can see how wave C developed. We've got 1, 2, and wave 3. We've got wave 1, 2, 3, running flat wave 4, and then wave 5 of 3. We got triangle wave 4, so we got wave A, B, C, D, and E wave 4, and then off the low in early October, I was looking for a wave 5 to come in, and we had wave 1, 2, or probably wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's gone vertical over the last few days. That's again a nice indication that we have a fifth wave in play. If you get that kind of trend channel that encompasses the whole price action, rather than the Elliott trend channel, which you would project, you would get this top line here, and you would just project it from the wave 3 high. But if we get the whole price action in the trend channel, look what happened today. Wave 5 of wave C touched the upper trend channel line, and we've started seeing some resistance. Now, wave 5 may have another leg up to go, because this final fifth wave of wave 5 might have another, might push up again above maybe 16,000 or so. So here we go. Actually, excuse me, it would be interesting to just read what the Fibonacci retracement is. I can't find my... Sometimes my MetaTrader just decides not to turn on the toolbar, so I can't read the Fibonacci retracement. I'm sorry. Okay, I must figure that out, actually, to just to see where the price is right now in terms of the retracement. Anyway, of wave A, that is. So, hourly count. Here we are. This is the recent triangle fourth wave low of wave 5. Here we are in wave 5 of 5. I can get rid of this triangle. Our trend channel is not helping really. Wave 5 of 5 is tracing out 5 waves up, so it looks like we have another new high to make to complete wave 5. So we've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So maybe this correction today is a correction in the fourth wave, and then we get another push to a new high above 16,000 probably in wave 5 of 5. But you better watch out, because this market is it is incredibly extended right now. The pattern says it. We've got 3 waves up done. It's starting to tick all the boxes in terms of you know, a mania top, a fifth wave top, you know, a C wave top. So what am I expecting? Well, let's close out this fifth wave in let's go to the 4-hour count actually. Let's close out this fifth wave in blue here, and then we'll be looking for an impulsive move lower again. And if I am correct, which happens sometimes, then we will get wave C, a C wave decline to match the decline in wave A, and that decline will bring us down into about 1,000, or probably even lower, because there's no reason why I would stop there, eh? A C wave decline could fill the trend channel, which would bring us, you know, down into the low $200, 150 maybe. Let's just mark this. I should mark this video and refer back to it in 6 months just to see where we come. Anyway, B wave top is in play, and C wave is beckoning. Okay, let's move on. Another drink. The FTSE has gone a little bit astray on me this week. Not terribly so, but a little bit. The triangle fourth wave is still a possibility, So let's pull that line down again. So we completed a triangle fourth wave, and then we moved pretty, well, excuse me, there's my headset going again. We moved pretty impulsively off that, but the pattern seems to have stalled this week, and it just kind of took on the rally like every other market took on that rally. Okay, so if we get into the, I didn't really make a conclusion from the 4-hour chart. Make a conclusion and then move on. Okay, so we've got a fourth wave triangle, which is still a reasonable possibility. If we've got that fourth wave triangle in place, then we should continue lower, and this should only be a corrective move higher. Let's get into the hourly count and see. There's a possibility that we have a, it's not in any way it's not in any way set in stone. The pattern of the wave 4 high it's not ideal, I'll give you that. It's possible that we have an expanded flat wave 2. There's also a possibility that this is a leading diagonal, wave 1. I just don't know enough right now. I want to see that fourth wave high hold, and I want to see that triangle hold in wave 4, and I want to head lower again into wave. In general, that's what I want to see happening. But we'll just have to wait and see if this pattern holds out. Now, there is a chance that we have a tighter 5-wave pattern, and that might be a better candidate actually for a leading diagonal. So if that's the case, then this is a second wave correction, and we should head lower again next week in wave 3. Let's see how that goes. The DAX is actually in a very similar position, because I'm still counting this as a possible 1-2-1-2. We don't know yet. The retracement this week has brought us back to almost, it's a damn good 50% retracement of the recent decline, which kind of, I suppose, does favor a second wave, although the pattern of the high is, far from ideal. I'm just going to have to wait and see again to see how this develops. If we get a further impulsive move lower next week, then we're still on par for a third wave decline. Okay, the Nasdaq. I am looking at, also in the Nasdaq, I'm looking at a fourth wave triangle. The possibility of this fourth wave triangle is mooted. Let's say at the moment it's taken as an alternate count, but it's much like the S&P, but it seems to be running a little bit smoother than the S&P, if I'm going to put it that way. We should see a further decline next week. If this fourth wave triangle is correct, then we should see a further decline next week in wave E of 4, and then a rally out in wave 5 of 5. Here's the alternate. This is the main wave count actually, so we've got wave 1 down, wave 2 up. There is also a chance that this second wave is going to create a larger pattern. So there's always a possibility that this is a flat correction wave 2. So we've got an A, B, C up. If we go to the 4-hour chart here, that could be wave 1 down, and then we got this A, B, C pattern. Maybe it's a failed C wave. Maybe we move lower again impulsively next week, and out of a failed C wave. We'll just have to wait and see. I think in the few different iterations of the pattern of the patterns that are in play, they all call for a decline next week. So let's see how that goes. Hong Kong market, I was looking at a possibility. I think last week we were looking at a possibility of this larger trend channel being filled. So maybe there's a leading diagonal there. This is not a market that I follow every day, and I should be chastised for that. But looking at a series of filled trend channels, so that would suggest that we get a move up back towards 28, maybe 28,000 again, to fill out a trend channel, and then maybe we decline impulsively again. I'm going to leave that at that for the moment. Is there any other market that I need to follow? No, not right now. Okay. Thank you again for hanging around this week, guys and gals. Blessings to you all, especially my brothers and sisters over in the US. It's a bit of a fraught time, the election time. I was writing last night that I don't see much of a, not that my opinion matters in general, but I don't see much of a good conclusion from this election either way. No matter who gets it. It may be a poison chalice. Maybe you want your opponent to have the driving seat. You know, if you are a Republican, maybe you want Joe Biden to take control into a depression. You know, that mightn't be so bad. And he'll probably walk, you know, with blinkers on, given the fact that the Democratic Party is full of socialists right now. But they'll probably walk directly into a depression, and they'll probably, you know, hurry it on as well with the policies. But I don't say, even, I just don't see a good outcome right now. It seems to be a kind of a fractured state that the country's in right now, which is sad because I love America. I always felt that I should have went there. I should have moved there a long time ago. But anyway, here I am. There is upsides to being there's upsides to living in a completely inconsequential country. And that I will take to the bank. Okay. Blessings to you all, guys. God bless you this weekend, and especially in the States, I pray for you all. You know, hopefully Jesus will come to your aid and pull you out of this mire, this mess. Okay, until next week, until tonight for the website members, and until next week for all you YouTube people. Goodbye, God bless, and have a great week. Bye-bye.